Nice guys, what's going on? It's your man Terrence Terry here. Welcome to another episode of Nice Guy Game. I just love helping nice guys be better at being nice. Now check it. A couple of weeks ago I was asked, what can women do to help nice guys be better at being nice? Now my initial response was to say nothing because what can the average woman know about being nice? She has no idea what it means to be a nice guy. She has no idea how hard it is out there for the average nice guy, and she has no clue what we're up against. So my logic was, what can somebody who doesn't know us or know our struggle or our perspective do to help us? But then the more I thought about it, I said to myself, why don't I try to help these women understand just a little bit of what it's like to be a nice guy so that they can be better educated. So with that being said, if you're a nice guy and you believe you found a woman who sincerely wants to know what she can do to help us to be better at being nice, then I suggest you play the following for her. Hello, I'm Terrence Terry, author of Militant Nice Guy, and welcome to Nice Guy Game. Now, if you're listening to this, that's because someone out there believes that you sincerely want to know what you can do to help nice guys be better at being nice. With that being said, I believe the best thing that you can do to help us is to understand where the typical nice guy is coming from. And what I want to do is give you a small sample of the nice guy mindset, what he's going through, what's going on in his head, and what he's up against when he's attracted to and interacting with women just like you. So let's break down the average nice guy's perspective and the average nice guy's process, shall we? So check it. He'll see a woman not unlike yourself. As a matter of fact, let's just use you as an example. He'll see you somewhere, maybe at work, maybe at the store, maybe at the dog park walking your dogs, and he'll say to himself, damn, she's amazing, or she's sexy, or she's smart, or whatever about you he's attracted to. And he'll say to himself, I wonder, how can somebody like me get somebody like her? And what he'll often do is go get some advice from someone on how to best go about getting you. And that's when his problems will begin. That's because most people will tell this nice guy what type of man a woman like you will want. And they'll say something like, oh, you don't want a nice guy, you want a jerk. Or you want a guy who has power over you. Or that he needs to prey on your insecurities. Or that he should lower your self-esteem. Or he should manipulate you. Stuff like that. And some will tell him how he should behave to get a woman like you. They'll tell him something like, oh man, you shouldn't be too nice. That's not what you should do. A woman like you wants a jerk. She wants a bad boy. She wants an alpha male. And women like you only respect someone who treats her like shit. You gotta put her in her place. Show her who's boss. Stuff like that. And then what happens next? He'll go out and try to get you using advice that's completely at odds with his nice guy tendencies and his nice guy nature. And even if he hasn't gotten this advice from somebody in particular, chances are he's still affected by it because there's a tremendous amount of anti-nice guy sentiment that exists in the culture for him not to be affected by it to some degree. Now, if you don't believe me, you could go to Google and type in nice guy, or better still, go to YouTube and type in nice guy and see what comes up. What will come up are mountains of videos telling him that if he wants you, he's gonna have to do some stuff he doesn't want to get you. This channel right here, this channel right here is the only one taking a pro-nice guy stance. Think about that. And this advice is widespread. It's coming from jerks, it's coming from women, and it's even coming from other nice guys who don't know better. So, let's fast forward a little bit. Let's say he goes out and he quote unquote gets you using this bad information. Now, the problem is that any success that he has with you with his interactions with you will often be attributed to this bad advice that he received. In his mind, things are only working out because you're responding to the bad advice. Sadly, what he does not realize is that you're responding to his nice guy traits and tendencies that he's fighting so hard to suppress. So, when he's interacting with you, this is his mindset. What many women don't realize is that he's at war with himself. On one side, you have his natural nice guy tendencies and nature fighting against all the bad advice that's running around in his head. And this conflict is the source of many of the traditional nice guy complaints that women have when they are dating or interacting with nice guys. This is why many nice guys could come off as creepy, uncertain, weird, hard to figure out, doesn't know what he wants, full of shit, etc., so forth and so on. Now, these traits are perfectly natural for anyone who's fighting a war with himself. What he's trying to do is follow the jerk advice, and even if he's not following this advice actively, he's influenced and shaped by it because it's so prevalent in the culture. He would have to be a very special nice guy for this not to happen. And he's also fighting against his guilt because he knows in his heart he's not doing right by you. He knows that he sacrificed a piece of himself to get you, and it's tearing him apart. The biggest and best example of this phenomenon is inconsistency and incongruency on the part of the nice guy. Examples of what I'm talking about include him being confident one moment and then uncertain the next. He acts as if you're his whole world one moment and then he's cold and distant the next. Some of his responses may seem witty or clever, and then sometimes his responses come off rude or crass or inappropriate. And you never seem to know which version of this guy will show up. Will it be the cool, nice guy or the slightly dickish jerk? Now that you understand just a little bit of the nice guy's perspective and what's going on in his head, the question is what can you do to help his nice guy tendencies prevail? And trust me, he needs your help, he needs your support, he needs your encouragement because he don't want to do this shit. Oh, no. But the only reason why he's doing it is because he feels he has to. So, first and foremost, be patient. Be patient. Be patient. Like I said, he's getting a lot of bad advice, and he's only trying this bullshit because he thinks you're awesome, because he thinks you're amazing. But pop culture and most of the advice out there is telling him that what he feels, what he wants to do, how he wants to treat you is a mistake. And fundamentally, most of the mistakes that he's making by following this advice, he's only making because he thinks that this is what's going to please you. He's trying to please you. He's trying to do right by you. So, simply put, the best thing that you can do to help him is to let him know what pleases you. The best thing that you can do to help this nice guy is to simply encourage his niceness. And you can do this by supporting and rewarding the behaviors that you like. Focus on how you want him to be. Do not focus on what you do not like. Too many people make the mistake of trying to get somebody to stop a behavior that they don't like by focusing on stopping the behavior that you don't like, instead of focusing on what you want this person to focus on. For example, if I were to tell you, don't think of a pink elephant, that's going to be hard. And it's hard because the focus is on what you don't want, the pink elephant. If you don't want someone to think of a pink elephant, the best thing that you can do is say, think of a blue elephant. That's much easier. You focus on what you want, not on what you don't want. And another thing you can do is to make sure that he subscribes to this channel, because we got a whole lot of nice guy game that he can use so that he can treat you the way he wants to treat you and the way that you deserve to be treated. I'm Terrence Terry, and this is Nice Guy Game.